Yo,
Yo, boy, you got the guns out. We live and you got the guns out?
we live, my boy. I got the guns
Them
out.
things up, my boy.
Nah, man, I ain't got no
Or I have
guns
to pull them
out.
out.
I'm all soft and all that. If you feel what I'm saying.
Oh, yo, you going crazy in here. Start the live over, man. If you done started it, start the live over.
All right, there we go. We are finally live
In the building. We live in the building.
Yep. Where's the title at? I just want to make sure the title. Yep. All right, the title is good. We are good to go. Man, oh man, Kenny, it's been an eventful week, sir. How's everything going with you today?
It has most definitely been a pretty eventful week. I'm doing good, man. I appreciate you asking. How you been?
Man, I'm good. I'm doing well. Ready to go on ahead and get the ball rolling here today.
Get the ball rolling. As you said, it was an eventful week. Why was it an eventful week?
I don't know, man. A lot of WWE news. WWE ratings are down. Yeah, man. They had the worst viewer rating on Netflix for Monday Night Raw thus far.
We
I
gotta
think
talk about it. I didn't even know about that, my boy.
yeah.
So I mean, let's get right into it. I was talking about the fact that I came over there and I slept in Just Brian Studios, went to Saturday night's main event, but it looks like after the main event show, things weren't good for them. So what happened?
I don't know, man. Raw was just like down in terms of viewer engagement. Like I'm sure that being it that it was a holiday had some stuff to do with it. But like, let's be real for a
Oh yeah,
second.
you're right.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like it does have to do with the product as well, though.
All right. So before we get too deep into that, I do want to say big what's up to Shiro Labs in the building. Big what's up to Kader Finley. Kenny wearing the Ron Cena shirt. You know it. Y'all know I had to go. I left out of the show early to go grab this Ron
He
Cena
missed the
shirt.
Cody Rhodes return. He missed the Cody
That
Rhodes
was what
return.
we had to do. All right, Brian. So you just mentioned the fact, because I think that is a very important talking point, because WWE right now is stating that they are on top of the world. They're doing their best business, ever. And you said we just hit the lowest Raw rating of all time, or from what I understand, was it the
No,
second lowest?
not of all time. Just Netflix. It's the lowest rated Netflix episode.
Okay, so you're saying the TV ratings were low, because we don't get those Netflix numbers, do we?
Sorta, we do, sorta. But yeah, it was the worst Netflix rating we've gotten since the Netflix debut. So we have to be on the lookout for this Monday to really see if this is going to be a reoccurring factor, or was it just a one-time thing because of Memorial Day, people celebrating, people outside with their families. It really is gonna, like, we're gonna see this next Monday Night Raw. But what I mean by that is it also wouldn't surprise me if people are dropping off of the event because they feel some type of way about Raw and the product that they're putting out, because the product is not that hot to me personally.
You know what? Since Triple H took over and took that seat, I've seen a lot of WWE positivity. And if you say anything negative about WWE, you will get attacked by the masses. So the fact that things have kind of seemed to have been turning around, where people are more open to have the conversation, and it's most likely because of what they're doing with the ticket prices. Because it seems like that's the biggest talking point that people are pushing back against.
Agreed.
The fact that WWE is pricing out their fans who just can't afford to get these more expensive tickets. Me and you went to Saturday night's main event on Saturday, and we paid $300. And the seats, we had a clear view of the ring, but we were still up there chilling with the Lord himself.
Yes, we were. I mean,
give him a high five.
What saved us was, man, that we were actually in a really small arena. Like, comparatively, like if you compared it to another arena. So I would have never sat up there knowing that it was going to be a bigger arena, but being that we were up there and it was a small arena, it felt like we really got a good view of the show.
Yeah, we had a good review of the show. Again, we were right there where we could see the ring directly, so I didn't have a problem with it. I actually rather sit where we were than to sit ringside, because it's harder to see the ring when you're sitting ringside.
I agree with you.
I didn't mind that, but I do mind the price we paid for those tickets.
Agreed.
Because we pay half that when we go to an AEW show, and we're pretty close to the front. So I just think for Saturday night's main event, that was unacceptable. I think we paid more for this ticket, or the same we paid to go to Money in the Bank in Toronto, and that's just ridiculous.
No, it was actually, we paid the same.
We paid the same to go to Money in the Bank.
Yep, we paid the same, dog. So the Money in the Bank was about a year ago. So that just tells you, like, you know what I'm saying, what we doing.
All right, so I see something interesting in the chat because we're talking about Raw ratings being down. Did you have a chance to catch the show on Monday?
Oh yeah, I watched the whole thing.
All right. I was out for Memorial Day. I didn't get a chance to see it, but from what I understand, I saw something. I saw some of it. But we saw Bronson Reed come back and he kind of teamed up with Seth Rollins and the guys. I think did Karrion Kross have that backstage spot on Monday? I mean, they showed him like
with Sami
Whiplash.
Zayn.
Yeah, with Sami Zayn. Yep.
He did.
And it seems like people have been kind of clamoring for what's his name, Karrion Kross, to get a bigger spot. I say that because I see Keyshawn bring up his name in the chat. What do you think about Karrion Kross overall?
I think that he's a good promo. And I think that I just don't believe in a guy personally, bro. I like his promos, though. Like his promo work post WrestleMania. I heard that he's invested into the cameras, the set, everything that he's done outside. Everything that we see extra on Twitter, on social media, that's all him out of his pocket, which you can appreciate. But let's be honest, bro. A guy that never gets over organically with the WWE barely gets pushed. I mean, look at LA Knight. He was somebody who got over organically, and it took him over a year to finally put a strap on him.
Yeah.
So Karrion Kross to me is like, I've never been on a train, bro, ever, of Karrion Kross. I just can't connect with the guy.
I was on a train because before he came in, there was a lot of buzz with the Killer Kross stuff. He came into NXT. They gave him the red entrance where they were doing the Fall and Pray. Him and Scarlett Bordeaux, whatever her name is, out there going crazy. And then when Vince McMahon brought him up, he put like some type of, I don't know what it was, but he put something on him. And it made me think he was a smaller guy because the way Vince McMahon treated him, I didn't even realize how big he was. So I don't know. After Vince McMahon got his hands on him, I fully got uninvested. I was like, yeah, this guy's cheeks. They fired him, brought him back, and ever since he came back, he just never really did it for me. But it seems like a lot of people are getting behind him. He's got a big hive on X. So if the ratings are going down because people are getting disconnected with the product, then I think that is one guy that they could kind of pour something into to make the show more interesting. Because what they have right now, you pretty much got Seth Rollins and his crew. And then outside of that, what are we doing?
I agree. I just don't believe in a guy, bro. I just really, to me, Karrion Kross is just kind of just there. And honestly, I'm surprised that WWE hasn't cut him loose yet with all the talent that they are signing.
Again?
I don't wish for nobody to lose their job, but like it is
course.
surprising they don't use him. You know what I mean? Like I don't see him in the ring. He comes out for main event. Like ain't nobody going on YouTube and watching that, my boy. Like he don't really got nothing going on.
What do you think about his actual in-ring work, though? Because some people see him, again, they love him for some reason. I don't know if it's just the promos or it's the in-ring work. But apparently, the way I see it, WWE must not be confident in him in-ring because they'll put him in a quick backstage segment, but I don't ever see the guy wrestle.
He got the look. He could wrestle. But, like, again, it's all about connecting. You can do all these cool promos, but can you connect? Like there's wrestlers that come out to the arena and do their entrance, and I can automatically connect. My light bulb goes off without them saying nothing. It's just like the aura, my boy. You know, I'm gonna go back to that word right now. It's the aura.
I mean, he got something though. I think he got something. I think he had more when he had the bald head.
All he got is a shorty that come out next to him, bro. That's all he got.
But I think he was like more menacing when he had the bald head, and he actually looked like a crazy character. I don't know what made him grow his hair out. I don't know if he's trying to be like a pretty creepy dude now, but I don't know.
You know what's crazy, bro? I don't mind the hair though. I really don't. I don't mind the hair. I think he's missing something more. I don't mind the hair.
Yeah, I think every wrestler, like I always love wrestlers when they have long hair. I think I prefer that look on wrestlers, but for him, I think the bald look just made him different. Now that he has long hair, he kind of just meshes in there with everybody else, and I don't see anything special. So I don't know. Maybe the guy is cooked, maybe not, but if they need to boost their ratings, I think the best thing they can do is kind of get behind somebody that the people are gravitating to. Now, you said that he has a problem with connection. I understand he may not be for you, but it seems like a lot of other people are connecting with him.
And that's fun.
And yeah, and that's kind of, what do you think? Should we put him in the Judgment Day? Do we make him the leader of the Judgment Day and actually turn them more devious and away from being a joke?
I think
would that be a good spot for him?
I think he would kill the last bit of the Judgment Day, to be completely honest with you.
He would be like the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, man. The Judgment Day has had so many members, bro, and now they're like looking into adding Roxanne. I just feel like Judgment Day, once this stint is over, they just got to split and just no more Judgment Day. Like, I think Finn got to go with either Liv or Roxanne. Dom goes with Liv or Roxanne. Like, they just got to, go with whatever girl they want to pair them up with. Because I think the Liv and Finn thing is eventually going to happen, and she's going to turn on Dom.
You know what? I mean, she brings the man chicken nuggets, people be hungry. So big shouts out to him. But I do agree. I think if they do split, I feel like Finn might get lost. So he does need something from that, whether it's Liv Morgan, whether it's Roxanne. He needs somebody next to him to kind of keep him afloat.
I'm not going to lie.
Those free chicken nuggets.
I would love to see Roxanne and Dom together since they both speak Spanish. I think it would make for like must-see TV. Like you could put that together and see how that work.
I think that could be interesting. But then you kind of got Dominic Mysterio now. He's just going from woman to woman to woman. I guess that's his gimmick.
Let him be let that be his character though, because Eddie used to do his thing back in the day too.
Yeah, you're right.
And that's why Eddie was cool.
Which I mean, that's not Eddie Guerrero's son. I don't know why.
No, right. But I mean, but that's like when you look at Dom and you look at Eddie's character, they're the most like similar. Like he don't act nothing like his pops, obviously.
Yep.
So like when you look at Dom and then you go back and you have to choose a wrestler from back then, 100% Eddie, bro. I mean, Eddie had the women, and you can go back and correlate Dom with Rio with Eddie and China. Like they were a thing too on TV.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, I agree. You know what? And I think, with his hairstyle and everything, way closer to Eddie Guerrero than he is to Rey Mysterio. So 100%. I agree with you. But the biggest angle we have on Monday Night Raw going right now, Bronson Reed, too much bronze. Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, canceled Christmas.
McMahon would have never let that happen, by the way.
Never let what happen? Cancel Christmas on Braun?
Nah, would have never let names be so similar in the same group.
Oh yeah, Vince McMahon. I think that might be why they cut Braun Strowman. There was like too much bronze. You know what? We can't change his name. Cancel Christmas on him entirely. Yeah. But Vince McMahon would not have had this, especially them in the same group.
Yeah, I mean, I could I never put it together because they were never in the same group, so it never bothered me. But like having Bronson and Braun is like, bro, what are we doing?
Exactly. Yep. But at Saturday night's main event, we saw Bronson Reed come out and absolutely destroy CM Punk. Now, we know CM Punk he's a frail man, and Bronson Reed jumped on his back like, I don't know what. I thought he was going to snap the man in half. But when this happened, you brought up the fact that, wait a minute, they were just feuding. What makes these guys team up together? So did they make sense of it enough for you on Monday? Yes. And do you think this is a good direction for them to go in?
They did, because Paul Heyman basically said, all right, this guy beat up Seth Rollins. He put on a bigger beating than Roman Reigns. CM Punk just built him up to be a monster, even if part of it is blasphemy. But and he basically said every top star was scared of Bronson Reed. He even went after Seth Rollins. So what I got from that is that Seth Rollins thought this guy was so much of a monster that he decided to let water be under the bridge, and that be that. And you know what I'm saying? And he still picked him up, put him in his group. So that's what I got from it. And I was like, okay, I can take this justification.
WWE logic.
I can take it.
WWE
I can logic. Take it, bro. It's like you get in. It's like he got into a fight with somebody, but he was like, oh, this guy actually got that dog in him. I could actually work with him.
You got that dog in him.
Yeah, that's all. That's what I took it as.
I mean, I get it. I mean, it's like what you see in UFC all the time. These guys will beef back and forth, but after they go in the cage and fight each other, they'll shake each other's hands, give each other's hugs. Like, all right, I respect you. So I guess I can see it, but I'm not sure if you guys remember, because Bronson Reed has been out for quite a long time. I'm not a big Bronson Reed guy. I don't like his look. I think we'll see how he comes out when, these guys actually start wrestling. But his gear, it reminds me of Brodus Clay. I don't think he looks good in what he wears. So I think he needs to get his look together. Do you think Bronson Reed was the right guy to put in the spot?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was so perfect because nobody expected it, right? Like everybody was talking about Carmelo Hayes, Austin Theory, like just throwing out these random names. But Bronson Reed, a guy that was in nobody's sight or mind, comes in. And I feel like he fits in so perfectly, personally.
I think he looks like a bum right here. You look at Braun Breaker, jacked. Bro looking crazy in there. You look at Seth Rollins, you know, he's slim, but he's still jacked. You look at Bronson Reed here with the big old shirt on. You got a shirt on because we know why you got a shirt on. Got some sweatpants on like he's Roman Reigns. You can't pull it off like Roman. Shouts out to the shoes. I can rock with them, but I don't know. You know what?
Man.
We'll give it a chance. I'll give it a chance. We'll see where it goes, but I'm just not a big Bronson Reed guy. I think there's so many other guys they could have put in the spot and had it worked out a lot better, though.
Like who?
Like who? I'm going to go, and I know he's not. He's still in NXT. I think he should have put Trick Williams in there with him because we need a young guy that you can actually count on. Think about Evolution.
33.
Think about Evolution. He's 33, but they're not putting the WWE Championship on Bronson.
He might be a world heavyweight champion.
World heavyweight champion, okay, but they will never put the WWE Championship on him. And it's time right now to build up WWE champions because Roman Reigns is gone. You know, he'll be there. Roman Reigns just turned 40. John Cena retired when he was 40. Roman Reigns just got a spot in Street Fighter. That is going to be crazy to kick off his acting career. Cody Rhodes on the way out. I mean, who else do they have that's like still big WWE Championship level?
I mean, Braun Breaker, he's going to be championship level.
Braun Breaker's a guy who can get to that level, to the WWE Championship. Seth Rollins is already there. Bronson Reed cannot get there. I feel like if they brought Trick Williams up, he could have been the Randy Orton of this group like we had Evolution.
Trick Williams is still dumb green, bro.
That's why you put him in this group. Randy Orton was dumb green when Evolution was around. You put him in there with Triple H, Triple H, Ric Flair. Batista was an older guy, so he's been doing it.
I genuinely don't see how Trick Williams' persona fits with Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. Genuinely.
But he's a young guy. You got to make it mesh. You got to make it work.
I don't know, big bro. I don't know.
All right, well, so you think Bronson Reed 100% perfect. This is the way they should have gone with it.
Yes.
All right. Let us know what y'all think in the comment section because for me personally, I say cancel Christmas on Bronson.
I can't with you, bro.
But speaking of cancel Christmas, Brian, the next thing I want to talk to you about is WWE trying to completely cancel Christmas on AEW.
I just want to say, Omer, appreciate the $1.99 donut, my boy. Don't worry, I'm going to fix this. I'm no longer going to look like Mickey Mouse in a couple days. But yeah, I'm going to fix that. I'm going to add some more panels in the back because I'm genuinely tired of hearing that. But but yeah. Go ahead, Kenny. Sorry.
So WWE is trying to completely cancel Christmas on AEW right now. We've seen this. I think they started doing this last year, if not sooner than that. But every time AEW puts up a pay-per-view, WWE is booking right on top of them. We saw it this weekend at Double or Nothing, which was one of the greatest pay-per-views of all time, I must say. But WWE booked right up against them with All In, which is supposed to be AEW's WrestleMania. WWE booked on, they booked that Saturday night, I believe. They booked that Sunday night. I believe they booked something that Friday. And it wasn't enough for them because they just doubled back and booked the NXT show right on top of All In. What's going on with your company, Brian?
You got it wrong. You got it all wrong.
Spit it out to me. Lay it out. How
isn't it Evolution and Saturday Night Main Event on that weekend? And then what's happening is, in PA, AEW gonna be there for 2 weeks. WWE booked the NXT event at that same arena the week before.
I don't know. I think they booked exactly on top of All In. I think they booked the NXT.
Yeah. They didn't book NXT. They booked All In on top of All. They booked Saturday Night Main Event on top of All In.
No, Saturday Night Main Event, I believe, is that night. So AEW decided to do the pay-per-view earlier in the day, and WWE said, "Okay, we got you." Boom. Throw another NXT show on top of that one. I think that's the case. Let me go back.
Oh, my God. Yep, NXT is going head-to-head with All In.
See, I told you. That is nasty work.
Delayed Grats. Super chat, $20. To be honest, I think the WWE shows are treading water right now, story-wise. And yes, WWE is trying to kill as much of AEW's business as possible. Can't root for that. Monopolies are bad for fans, talent, and the business in general. I do agree with you, man. Thank you very much for the $20 donation. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Delayed Grats.
But agree
Love
with
you to death. So Yes, that is the bad part about it, because what WWE is doing right now is just like Tony Khan said, like Jim Crockett, whatever. This is what Vince McMahon did to them. He kind of just suffocated them, made sure his stuff was everywhere, and he killed everybody else in the business. So with WWE booking right on top of AEW shows, they're trying to suffocate them, and they're doing the NXT shows because the NXT style is closer to AEW than the main roster style is. So they're trying to pull that AEW audience, the people who want to watch those shows, over to NXT.
Yep.
And it's nasty work. And WWE fans are like, oh, yeah, let's kill AEW. I hope AEW goes out of business. They won't be here in 5 years. That's not good for anybody. Because for one, if AEW is not there, WWE booking is going to get even worse than it is right now, because they don't, I mean, look at what it was before AEW existed. It was in the garbage. And then Triple H took over. Things started to cook up a little bit. But if AEW is gone, for one, wrestlers are out of jobs. WWE does not have to pay wrestlers as much as they are right now. So anybody who's a WWE representative hoping for AEW to go out of business, it's not going to be good for everybody. So y'all got to relax.
Agreed. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't agree with the counter programming. I'm at the point where it's like, bro, just focus on yourself. Like, if you focus as much as you did on counter programming, on actually booking the product the way it's supposed to be, we'd be having a very different conversation right now. But the product is shit, and you're also trying to monopolize the business. So that's just the way I feel about it, man.
Yeah, man, that's exactly what they're trying to do. They want to be the only show in town. And, you know, I thought this was a Vince McMahon thing. I don't know who's behind this in that office, if it's Triple H calling these shots or if it's TKO saying, let's take those guys down, because you really didn't see TKO doing that with Bellator. They'd let them do their thing while UFC was doing their thing. So I don't know. I just think it's nasty work. And Tony Khan said, yeah, they did this to Jim Crockett back in the day, but this time it's going to turn out different. So big shouts out to Tony Khan. My boy got the bravado. He's ready for him. So let's see. Hopefully they can pull it off.
Listen, man, I'm at the point where it's like, bro, Tony Khan, just keep cooking, my boy. Just keep cooking, man. Because I don't know what WWE doing, bro. I know these fanboys don't want to admit it, but that product is garbage right now, bro. Only good thing going on right now is I like the Seth Rollins storyline. That's pretty much it, bro. Again, that's how it felt back then, bro, with the Bloodline story. That was the only good thing that was great, that overshadowed everything on the show. And it feels like that's the same route that they're going. They're going to depend on this trio to, you know what I'm saying, get the clicks, get the product rolling, and everything else is going to be garbage under it. So, hey, man, we just wait and see.
I mean, you can't do that, because when people keep watching these shows, they are so long right now. When people keep watching these shows and see there's only one thing they need to get from the shows, they're just going to take a look at the clips on YouTube and let it be that. We see they are cooling down. They said it's harder for them to fill houses right now. I think the price of the tickets has a lot to do with that, and also the product they're putting on. I mean, John Cena's never there and he's your champion. Roman Reigns is never there, he's your champion. Cody Rhodes is just coming back. I don't think Seth Rollins is a big enough star, and this is all on them. It's not on Seth Rollins. He's not big enough to put the company on his back right now. So they're going to have to do something to turn things around, or it's going to get worse for them.
I agree with that 100%. I think that they're going to have to do something different, change something, because bro, them ticket prices are nutty, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, dog. They are nutty, bro. And again, I don't even mean to bring it back up, but like, bro, I mean, it's just crazy for what they're putting out.
Absolutely ridiculous. But Loaded makes another good point here in the chat, who says, I think both AEW and WWE are trash. That's not the good point I'm talking about. But I don't want AEW to go because we need that second AEW console game. I agree 100%. But if we look at what AEW did for WWE games, for one, we saw WWE 2K kind of get like these minor upgrades over the years, but after AEW Fight Forever came out, they took a lot of the things we loved from AEW Fight Forever and integrated them into the 2K games. We started to get blood spreading even more damage on the body, blood dripping all over the mat. I don't think we ever saw that in a WWE game, unless it was like 2010. I think there was one before where it did stain the mat. Things like the ramp facing camera, easy stuff to do, but we never got it in the game. So AEW being around, whether it's the video game market, obviously WWE doesn't care about their ticket prices right now because they're going up. or the TV product. I think AEW puts the wrestling business as a whole in a better place. So I think they got to survive. I'm not sure if you got this one yet, Brian, but we got $7.99 super chat from Super Omega. AEW Dynamite is doing great at the moment. WWE so bad booking and repeat matches. Let's go all in. Show them how a pay-per-view is done in 45 days to go.
Fair.
I think, again, both of these companies can thrive, but I think they just need to sit in their own corners and do their own things.
Agreed. Shout out Om for the big $2 donation. Speaking of clicks, click that like button. Definitely going ahead and click that like button for us, man. Appreciate y'all.
Big shouts out to the biggest Om. Make sure y'all drop a like on the video.
What's good, Jonathan? And what's good, number one? My fault. I'm just trying to say hi to people. My fault.
No, you good. But speaking of AEW All In, Brian, we got some big updates to the show.
I'm not gonna lie, that poster is fire. I'm fire. Not say that.
Banger. But Brian, you saw the match on Sunday night. We both watched All In, not All In. What was it? Double or Nothing together.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
What did you think about Hangman Adam Page versus William Ospreay?
I thought that it was a great match. It was shocking, the result, because I thought Will Ospreay was in the bag, my boy. He's going in. He's going to take it off Moxley. But honestly, I'm cool with the adversity that they're giving Ospreay. You know what I mean? I think that is cool. You're really building him up to the point where people are going to go on ahead and want that. And I think if Hangman does win the title at All In, it's something that's well-deserved. I mean, he's carried the company in multiple occasions, given us great matches with Swerve. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of the guy, but I think that, he deserves it for sure.
The biggest fan of who?
Of Hangman.
How don't you like the best all-around wrestler in the world? What are you talking about?
He is not the best all-around wrestler in the world.
Oh, come on, man. When it comes to promos, when it comes to in-ring work, when it comes to passion, emotion, everything that man brings to the arena, presence, aura, Hangman Page, I don't think nobody's touching him.
I think you out your mind. But, yep, go ahead.
But I do agree with you, though, as far as the match on Sunday. William Ospreay versus Hangman Page, one of the best matches of all time. I mean, you expect to see that at this point every time Will Ospreay is in the ring. And it was just like, I was checked in, but I was kind of checked out because I was like, all right, this is a really good match, but Will Ospreay is winning this thing, and he's going to take this championship from Jon Moxley. When it happened, I was like, what? We were live. I was like, Hangman won? Like, I was surprised, like waiting for a little dusty finish or something, but no, It was clear, concise, a beautiful ending with the buckshot lariat, and there was just so much in that match. You talk about storytelling. People are like, oh, AEW, Will Ospreay, all with the flippy stuff, but it got to the point where these guys wanted to beat each other so bad. Will Ospreay pulled out his biggest rival in AEW, which I think it probably should have been Ricochet, but he tried to pull out Kenny Omega's move to get the finish in the match. It's like he's like, I know how bad this hurts, and this will definitely take him out. He couldn't get it, but Hangman Page pulled out big pressure. We know how deep the rivalry between him and Swerve Strickland is. He's like, he's already hit me with this. I know how bad it hurts. I'm going to take Will Ospreay out with this. So just the storytelling, the emotion, all of that, everything they put into that match, and even coming out of it after the match, with Hangman being a nasty cowboy, shaking Will Ospreay's hand. I thought it was a beautiful moment, just a beautiful story, a beautiful, I guess, semi-culmination to the story they've been telling us with Hangman Page, but we will see if he can make it to the pay-per-view and actually take that belt off of Jonathan Moxley. Brian, I'm torn on this. Do you think Hangman is the one to get it done?
I think he could be the guy, but I think that we are going, bro, like, I think a lot of people are going to go through that feeling, or if they never gone through that feeling with Cody and Roman at 39, I think Moxley might walk out champion again.
Bro, listen, I'm telling you, I think people are already locking it in like Hangman's going to take this thing, but it is definitely, if we look at some of the previous matches Moxley had, we were like, all right, this is where he drops it. And everybody's shocked at the end because Moxley walks out with it. I think there's definitely a plan here. And it sounds like this is not the plan, because apparently before the match, like, they didn't even know who was going to win until like a few days before. They said Will Ospreay was pushing for Hangman to win. Hangman was pushing for Will Ospreay to win, and Jon Moxley was pushing for Hangman to win as well. But it's been confirmed Tony Khan even said it himself. Like before he started the company, he
Yeah.
has his champions written down. Like he knows the order of who's going to be champions when. So if he didn't know who was going to be in this match, I think there's a good chance that Jon Moxley pulls off that shocking moment at All In. And like you said, everybody thought Cody Rhodes was going to win that year. Roman took it. I think we might be looking at that same feeling.
I think so, man. I mean, I would like to see Hangman win, but I honestly think like I honestly think Mox is gonna walk out with it, bro. Like I think Darby is his next champion.
Yikes. Yikes, 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 yikes. I thought it was a good idea last year, like at the tail end of last year, but just based off of everything they built with Hangman over these last 3 years, and he even mentioned it. He was like, these last 2 years going with Swerve Strickland, they've been like a hell to me. And then he said, if I'm being honest, actually it's the last 3 years. And that was him mentioning CM Punk. And I loved it. It was subtle, but I was like, yes, cook that man. But I think it's the perfect time for Hangman to get back on top. I just don't know if it's going to happen. Now, there is one thing that kind of makes me think it's most definitely going to happen, because like Bret Hart, he says that he wouldn't go out there and guarantee like, I'm going to win this championship if he didn't know he was going to win it, or if there was a chance he was going to lose it. And on Dynamite, Hangman said, I promise to all of y'all I'm going to win that championship. So to make him go out there and say that, I think that kind of pushes me to think he's going to win. But then again, they could be setting us up for that big disappointing moment. So I don't know. I'm invested. This is probably the storyline in all of wrestling that I'm most invested in. So I can't wait to All In to see how things play out.
Yep. I agree with you 100% on that.
All right. But Brian, I want to go ahead and move on back to a WWE topic here.
Let's do
with
it
you today, because it came out today that apparently Triple H is not a big fan of Money in the Bank. And this is the man in charge right now. This thing was this the match created by Chris Jericho?
Yep.
Like, was this his idea?
Yep.
Triple H, not a fan of it. How do you feel about the Money in the Bank? Because personally, for me, I think this is, you got Royal Rumble, you got WrestleMania.
This is a big 5 PLE.
I feel like you got SummerSlam, and you got Money in the Bank.
Yep. An Elimination Chamber. This is a big 5 PLE.
Money in the Bank. Yeah. Well, I would put Elimination Chamber a step under, down there with Survivor Series or War Games, whatever you want to call it now.
Sure.
I think Survivor Series got bumped down. But I would put Money in the Bank in that top 4, because it's a match that actually means something.
Yep.
And you see that briefcase pretty much all year at this point.
Yep.
So if Triple H is not a fan of it, we've seen how he's handled it so far. Do you think this could actually go away? Or how do you think Triple H?
He's not a fan of it because he doesn't know how to book it. That's why he's not a fan of it, bro. We've seen the Judgment Day when Damian Priest had it. Thankfully, we got a great ending to that. But even when Austin Theory had the briefcase, look at what he made him do. So
he cashed it for the U.S. Championship or something, right?
Brother, looked like a complete idiot. So yes, and it's just bro. It's not. He obviously doesn't care about the briefcase. The women never hold the briefcase for a long time. He always, like, Tiffy Tom was the only one that held it for as long as she did, but they usually cash in at SummerSlam or something like that. I think that Money in the Bank is a great character builder. Like somebody, and again, I know that you're not a fan, but I'm gonna go back to Carmelo Hayes. That's a great way to build him up. I can see him running around with the briefcase. I can see that. You know,
it's not that I'm not a fan. I just think the guy is very undersized, and I don't ever see him being a world champion.
Okay, I understand. But my point is, though, I just think that it's just funny seeing him say that, because I'm like, it's funny because the one guy that hasn't booked it properly is the one saying that he's not a fan. I wouldn't be a fan of something either if I couldn't do it.
Yeah, and you make a good point there. You say it's a great character builder. I think the Money in the Bank briefcase is a great star builder, because if you got a guy like, I'm not going to say Braun Breaker because we already see the road he's heading on, but if you got a guy you believe in, let's see, who is on the roster that could be a future champion, but is just not even on that path yet right now. Let's go back. Austin Theory, I think, was that guy that you could actually see in that position to be a world champion. Again, guys, great on the ring, great in the ring. I just don't think he's booked as he should be. you got a star like that who needs that extra push without being in a group like the big Seth Rollins superpower group. I think the Money in the Bank is a great way out for them. It's a great way for them to get like that jump start to get there. Like
Yep.
Tiffany Stratton, she became a champion way too early, in my opinion. I feel like when these young people come up, they should get put through like the ringer where it's hard for them to get to those championships. But she just got that Money in the Bank and she got the belt. And I think it makes sense because of the way she got it. Delayed Grat says Logan Paul wins Money in the Bank. I think that's absolutely perfect, and that's the name that I'm looking for. Because right now, Logan Paul is not a WWE champion. But if you put that briefcase in his hands, you can piss everybody off because he'll win it, and it's fair. So I think that's perfect.
I don't know about Logan Paul winning the briefcase, but I mean it would be good promo. He would have that briefcase on his podcast. You know what I'm saying? So it would work from a business standpoint, but I don't know,
Wait
bro.
a minute.
Logan as a
Wait.
champion, I'm
I gotta stop you right there. I gotta
sure.
stop you right there. So you think Logan Paul will never be a WWE or a world champion?
He probably will, but like I
All right.
just can't take him
Making sure
serious
you know
enough.
it's gonna
I can't
happen.
take him serious enough for that. That's all I'm saying. And if he does ever become a WWE champion, it's definitely world champion. It won't be the WWE undisputed champion.
I wouldn't put past them putting the WWE championship on him next year. When John Cena's gone,
Oh my God.
you know what? If he has that Money in the Bank briefcase, he's not going to pin Cody Rhodes in a one-on-one match. They understand the business enough to not let that happen. But a Money in the Bank briefcase, Logan Paul will definitely pin Cody Rhodes and take that WWE championship. Biggest heel in the business.
I mean, yes, he would be the biggest heel in the business. He already has go away heat. What's worse than that?
Nothing. You can't get no worse than go away heat. So listen, there's a lot of different positions, a lot of different things you can use this Money in the Bank briefcase for. So if Triple H doesn't like it, I say he needs to get over it or get out of that writer's seat, which I'm telling you, if things don't pick up and things keep declining, I wouldn't be surprised if TKO and The Rock kick him up out of that seat.
Yeah, man. I mean, and then at that point, I'd be worried about the business if I'm being completely honest. I mean, I feel like Triple H is literally all we have left, even though he's not doing a solid job right now. But in terms of just like giving us a wrestling product and in the WWE, I feel like that's all we have left, bro. If I'm being honest, because if The Rock brings Brian Gerwitz, I mean, we've already seen what could happen with that. I mean,
what, the greatest writer of all time? What do you mean?
Oh, brother.
Now I'm gonna say Brian, Vince Russo, Ed Ferrara, Vince McMahon. When you put those guys in that writing room,
I think
nobody touched them.
I think Vince McMahon is the greatest booker of all time. I don't know about all them other guys.
Who?
I think Vince McMahon is the greatest booker of all time.
No, Vince McMahon was the filter back then. Ed Ferrara, Vince Russo, they were writing. Vince McMahon would take the story and say, all right, well, let's move this over here, put it on TV. So Vince McMahon wasn't writing. He was just editing.
I mean, I also think Paul Heyman is a solid mind as well.
We've seen Paul Heyman. They took the book from him after Smackdown was cooked. So, I mean, he's fine, but can he write the show for the whole company? I don't think so. Look at ECW. Speaks for itself.
I mean, bro, you could say the same thing about WCW as well.
Yeah, Eric Bischoff canceled Christmas on him. But I mean, you got to say, even though I didn't watch WCW, they were killing WWE for a while. The NWO, it was a great angle, but I think the problem was they said he like gave the wrestlers like permission to book themselves. So yeah, they
had a lot of creative freedom. It was like basically their AEW is a modern version of that.
Oh, here we go. Well, speaking of AEW and creative freedom, Brian.
Yeah.
Another angle we got on Wednesday Night Dynamite was Mercedes Moné and Toni Storm. Now, Mercedes had a match on Sunday with, who was it she wrestled? I don't even remember. It was a good match.
She wrestled Jamie Hayter.
Jamie Hayter, yeah. Jamie Hayter. I'm sorry, y'all. She lost all of her aura. I don't know what's going on with her. She's just a good wrestler now.
You know what's going on with her, bro. She complimented CM Punk after he left AEW. And Tony Khan said, "That's what you're not doing. You're not."
I didn't know that. Did she?
Yeah, she did. She said that he's not hard to work with at all, and like he actually helped her a lot.
Well, Ricky Starks did too. I guess we see where he is now.
Yeah.
But maybe there's something to that. But Jamie Hayter, again, she's just kind of a shell of what she was before, but maybe she was being protected before as well, because she was out there with Britt Baker standing behind her, and Britt Baker was kind of cutting the promos while Jamie Hayter was just like releasing the aura in the background. So I don't know. Maybe it just wasn't her. But I will say, Mercedes Moné, I was never a fan of Sasha Banks, but I think her stuff in AEW she pulled me in now. I actually do like her, and it's, especially after the promo we saw on Dynamite. I think these two actually worked a lot better than I thought they would, because I thought it was going to be animosity there. Like you say, AEW is supposed to be the modern day version of whatever, where they're given their own creative freedom.
I mean, some of them definitely have a lot of creative freedom, though.
I think so.
Just like WWE. Like WWE, Roman Reigns clearly has creative freedom. Cody Rhodes has some creative freedom. Like a lot, like you give your big stars that freedom. Like Mercedes is very obvious, bro, that she has freedom.
Obvious. So my thing is this. Now, Toni Storm's been the champion for a while now. Even though she dropped it to Mariah May, she picked it right back up, and she's been the champion for a long time. So she's like, I feel like she's the best women's wrestler in AEW. Like, if you think about AEW's number one woman, it's Toni Storm. So do you let Mercedes go right in there and just snatch the belt off of Toni Storm? Is it time for Toni Storm to pass it to her when Mercedes already has the TNT championship or TBS championship and all of that?
I think that Mercedes, though, she's going for this look, right, with the belt collector, sort of like Kenny Omega. You and I have spoke about this a while ago. Honestly, bro, I don't see Mercedes losing, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't. I think that Mercedes is, once this run is all said and done, bro, I know that they're already saying it now, but she's gonna go down as the greatest of all time.
Is Mercedes better than Toni Storm, though?
Yes.
You think Mercedes is better than Toni Storm?
Toni Storm has the better gimmick. But
I'm not talking about gimmick. I'm talking about
in the ring,
all around.
I'm taking Mercedes over Toni.
I'm talking about in the ring.
Yes.
On the pipe.
Yes.
Gimmick.
Hold on. What you mean by on the pipe?
On the mic. The pipe. This is the pipe.
Oh, okay.
The gimmick. Just everything. Your TV crashing out in the background, my boy.
Oh, shoot. My fault, my boy. Good looking.
But I think all around, and I know it's crazy, I will say Mercedes, she has passed up the other four horsewomen, because Bayley, I think, is a WWE problem, but she's cooked right now. Charlotte is absolutely cooked right now. Becky Lynch is cooked more than all the rest of them. I think Mercedes Moné is thriving. And Toni Storm made a great point in her promo. She said, we pretty much got beat down in the other place. We came here and we became as great as we could have been. And I don't think she's lying, because I think they kind of took the handcuffs off of Mercedes and let her go. And her matches have been hitting, like hit after hit.
I'm going to be honest, bro. I don't think Mercedes has missed on her AEW run yet. I don't think I can name one bad match from Mercedes this far.
Britt Baker.
And the only thing that I can always criticize about Mercedes is her promo work.
And that's why I say Toni Storm is the best all around, because Mercedes promo, like, I think she's gotten better. She's gotten better. She just doesn't sound confident.
All her lines are, I'm the CEO.
I am not the boss anymore. I'm the CEO.
Yeah. Like that to me is I agree with you on that regard. I still think that I'm taking Mercedes over Toni. I'm gonna be honest. I think Mercedes is more of a draw than Toni Storm is.
I don't think so, man. I think that comes from her being in WWE. Sure, she's got her WWE stuff that makes her name a little bit bigger, but you got to think about all the stuff. You got to think about the range of a Toni Storm. You want her to go in there and have a great match, she can have a great match. You want her to go in there and have a AEW blood match. We've seen her do that with Mariah May. We still haven't seen Mercedes Moné go in there and put on like a AEW banger. And to do that, we need to see some blood.
Bro, I don't know, bro.
Toni Storm can do it all. Mercedes can do it.
You can get a banger. Don't say we don't know. We definitely know.
We don't know if she can do it.
There's enough matches out there, bro, that say that Mercedes can go out and do it, bro.
No. Listen, blood is different. We look at
Anna Jay and Harley
Cameron.
Oh,
perfect example.
That AEW brain is talking right now. You do not need blood to have a good match.
Listen, hold on, check it out now. Harley Cameron. She got slammed face first into the steps and broke her nose. They were trying to like pull her out and clean her up. She was like, no, get off of me. I'm finishing the match. Anna Jay got her head hit on the chair. She rolled out of the ring and didn't get back in there. Some women have it in them, some men too, and some men and women don't. I don't know if Sasha Banks got that dog in her to have like a blood match like that. So I'm saying all around promo in the ring, it's Toni Storm.
Okay, I'm giving Mercedes the in the ring like 100%.
Okay, but everything else in the ring in WWE style
I'm
matches.
I'm
Sure,
giving bro.
Mercedes.
The thing is, I think that we're having a conversation that we're just gonna have to agree to disagree on, because I'm not disagreeing that Tony's gimmick isn't good or her in ring work isn't good. Like, she's great. It's just, I think it's personal preference. They're both that good.
So who's
You look
better?
at presentation. You look at presentation. I like the whole CEO gimmick. She comes out with all the belts. She comes out dancing like the boss, whatever it is. Then Tony comes out with the whole timeless thing with the screen changing and all that. Like, again, it's two different types of presentation that are good in their own way. So me personally, I'm going with Mercedes over Tony, but that's not a slight on Tony. It's just personal preference.
Well, now it's time to shake things up a little bit.
Okay, talk to me.
Who we got? Toni Storm or Tiffany Stratton?
I'm taking Toni Storm at this stage in her career right now over Tiffany.
No. I didn't ask for the the extras. So Toni Storm. Toni Storm or Rhea Ripley?
Rhea Ripley, 100% Rhea Ripley.
Ooh, you have lost your mind, young man. You have lost your mind.
Dog.
Rhea Ripley doesn't even know what her gimmick is.
Bro, Rhea is just Rhea, and I rock with it.
That's the problem. That's the problem. You're saying Rhea's just Rhea, but you got to look at the work. That's all Rhea Ripley is presence, and she does sexual stuff that gets the gooners going crazy.
Just like Tony.
She can't cut a promo. Rhea can't cut a promo.
Bro,
doesn't know who her character is. Great in the ring, but that's not enough these days because everybody's great in the ring.
I mean, you can't say that though, bro, because whatever she's doing, she's obviously doing it right. Bro, she might be getting the loudest reaction on the roster right now.
Who?
Rhea Ripley.
I don't disagree, but that doesn't mean she's better. All right, Rhea Ripley or Mercedes Moné?
That's tough. That's tough. I mean, bro, again, that's tough.
I need it. Come on, give it to me. Who we got?
I'll take your Mercedes.
The promo's on the same level between the two. So it's going to come down to
I just really like Mercedes ring work.
All right. I just wanted to see if you would actually, because you said Mercedes over Tony, so I can see you putting Rhea over Tony, but I just wanted to see how you stood on Mercedes. Okay, chat going crazy with Mercedes. I see some Tonys in there. I saw Rhea in there too.
Shout out to the all 40 you in here, by the way. Appreciate y'all.
And if y'all watching, make sure y'all let us know in the comment section who y'all pick. Rhea Ripley or we'll go Mercedes Moné since you put her at number 1.
And since we're all doing this right now, if anybody wants to come in here and give their take, feel free and let us know if you want to join us.
Yes. Does anybody want to give their take on the situation, Rhea Ripley, or make a argument between the two?
Make a statement, yeah. On anything that we talked about today.
Yeah.
Let me take a look.
You could throw the link in there, my boy.
Let me take a look in here.
But the match, though, I'll tell you one thing. The match is going to be a banger.
I agree.
All In is going to be a banger. I know we got, Hangman and Mox. That's just the excitement because I don't know who's going to win. And that's my favorite wrestling match. One where you don't know who's going to win.
Yeah, I agree.
Same with this one. Oh, you're gonna miss the show, man. Come on, Brian, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of sick.
What's your job, bro?
Yeah.
What are you doing, man?
Nah, bro. I mean, if they give me my schedule soon, I'm supposed to have my schedule in like 2 weeks. Maybe I will be able to make it.
Hopefully, man. All right, Rhea forever.
Yeah, but y'all already bought y'all tickets, right?
No, we didn't buy our tickets yet.
All right,
but I mean, if the flight's crazy, bro, we can talk about it. We got you.
Was your flight crazy?
My flight was crazy.
Your flight is crazy, and you're coming from the south as well. I assume mine will be crazy.
Well, I think you're closer. I think you might be closer.
All right, so we gonna look into it. I should have my schedule in about 2 weeks. They said so. So we might be able to make it. It just depends.
All right. So I guess nobody wants to jump in the building, but I see a lot of Tonys in there. I see some Rheas.
I see a lot of Mercedes as well.
I see a lot of Mercedes.
Yeah.
All right. I like it, y'all. I like it. So let's go ahead and see what we got on the board next, Brian. Just really quick, we can touch on this topic here that has been crashing through the internet. Kyle Fletcher, who I think is definitely a young prospect. The guy has the potential to be big in the business. He just got to figure his hair out. But he did this power bomb to Adam Cole, and a lot of people were going crazy online saying, "Oh, this is a problem with AEW." I think you said if Vince McMahon was in back there, Kyle Fletcher would have been out of the building. But if you look at the clip, Adam Cole did not hit the ring. A lot of people were thinking his neck snapped on the back of the ring. I wish I could play it on here, but we can't. Adam Cole actually completely missed the ring. Was it a nasty fall? Yes. But what do you think about this? Should Adam Cole be more cautious taking these spots, or do you think he needs to go out there and go balls to the wall? Because right now, he's cooled off, I think, more than he has in his entire career.
Oh. I don't know, my boy. I think that Adam Cole, I think Adam Cole, bro, I'm gonna be honest, he got injured and injuries kind of derailed what he was supposed to do in AEW. But I think one of his biggest career mistakes was leaving WWE, if I'm being honest.
No, bro. Didn't Vince McMahon want him to cut his hair, change his name to like Butch or something, and be a manager?
You lying.
Yes, you didn't hear that story? Vince McMahon wanted him to cut his hair and stop wrestling to be somebody's manager.
You lying.
That's a fact.
I'm gonna have to look up that story.
What can I ask you while I look it up?
What? That's my first time hearing this, but I was also like out of tune with wrestling back then.
All right, let's see. Adam Cole cut hair request of Vince McMahon. Let's see what we get. All right, there we go. Directly from Fightful.
He was putting up some of the greatest matches in NXT. Why would you do that?
I don't agree. I stopped watching NXT because of Adam Cole.
Word?
When the Undisputed Era came in, I was like, bro, what is this? Like, you just got these nobody dudes. Like, Adam Cole was very small, as he still is. I'm bigger than Adam Cole. If Adam Cole ran up on me in the street, I would slap him, and I think he would actually fall down and, probably not do nothing but call the police. But then you had the guys like Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. Great wrestlers, but I mean, when you look at these guys, just the most vanilla, nobodies that can ever grace a wrestling ring. And Roderick Strong actually made it work in AEW for a while when he had his gimmick. But after he dropped the gimmick and said, "My neck's not hurt anymore, I'm not in the wheelchair," he fell off as well. So, I wasn't wrong. I'll say that. The fact that, they did whatever they did in NXT.
I mean, it was, bro, I think it was clearly because Vince McMahon just wanted to be spiteful. I don't think it had anything to do with Adam Cole, to be completely honest.
He was too small, bro. He is a small man. Vince McMahon probably looked at him and said, "I cannot put him in here with my big guys and have him beat them."
Well, that don't mean that you tell him to become a manager. At worst, he could have became Intercontinental, United States champion. He could have been the top mid-carder on the card. At worst.
I don't know, man. I think he needed to get in the gym. But here's the story directly from Fightful.
Though he's very small.
One of the ideas floated around to Adam Cole himself was that he could cut his hair in order to establish a new look. We're told that Cole made it clear that he was not interested in that. So that's one of the things. Now let's see Vince McMahon being a manager. Yes. So that's reported that the company, shortly after Adam Cole left WWE, it was reported that the company suggested cutting his hair and making him a mouthpiece for a much larger superstar. Now we know who is responsible for that. So it's an official story from Fightful. They wanted to cut his hair and make him a manager, not wrestling anymore. We look at guys like Stokely Hathaway. Would you want to see him in there wrestling, one of the wrestlers on the roster?
First off, who the hell is that?
He was in WWE.
Okay.
The short black dude. Now he's with the Revival.
Okay, well, shout out to him. I don't know who he is, but.
So I will say, I think Adam Cole is cooked. He had some heat behind him when he came in AEW, but that injury completely derailed him. So, for one, I think y'all got to relax again because his neck did not hit the apron. Everything was fine. These guys in AEW are professionals, and they know what they're doing. Now, let's go ahead and move on to the next story, Brian. And this is terrible news, in my opinion, because it has been confirmed that WWE moving forward will be keeping SmackDown at 3 hours. Now, I said something about this in another video, and people were like, why don't you want it to be 3 hours? It means the show is longer. We get more wrestling. And when I was younger and the show was good, I did feel like that because
Yeah.
WWE was not, WCW had a 3 hour show, and WWE, we only had 2 hours. How do
Yep.
you feel about SmackDown staying 3 hours? And have you been watching SmackDown for the full 3 hour duration?
So I'm gonna be honest, bro. The last time I watched a full SmackDown episode, it must have been like 2 months ago. I usually go back on YouTube and watch the highlights. Friday nights, bro, I'm outside. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing something different. And I'm watching hoops. So I'm not doing that, bro. That's why I don't watch Collision, because I'm not doing that on Saturdays, bro. I'm not watching wrestling on Saturdays.
No, I absolutely agree with you. Friday, I'm out. Saturday, I'm out. There's things to do. There's no work tomorrow. There's
Yeah.
no work today. I'm not sitting down at the home watching TV. But I do agree, because a lot of people were saying Collision's good, Kenny. You got to watch Collision. You got to watch Collision. So what I did was I started picking up Collision and watching it on Monday. But yeah, SmackDown at 3 hours is just too ridiculous.
Agreed.
On a Friday night, but they said USA is they are, what did they say? USA is satisfied and they're happy with the rating SmackDown have been getting, so they want to keep it at 3 hours. And WWE is about the money, no matter how much it hurts the product. So apparently they are keeping the show at 3 hours.
Again, bro, that's what I hate about this new TKO ownership, man. All they want to do is but the only thing positive about this is that talent will get TV time. That's the only positive thing about this. There's a lot of talent that get cut because they weren't able to prove themselves. So like that's the only thing that kind of is the bright spot of this whole situation. Nothing more.
Well, I don't agree with that, Brian. You say
Okay.
talent get cut because they can't prove themselves.
Yeah.
I think WWE, they put them in a position to make it look that way. If we look at, what's the guy's name, Giovanni Vinci,
Yeah.
they obviously did not like him. They obviously had nothing
Something
for him.
happened with that.
So there was a story behind the scenes.
Yeah. He was trying to get with Tiffany Stratton. Ludwig said something about it, and it was a wrap after that. That's why they broke him off of Imperium. Yeah.
Yo, what?
Yeah, allegedly. But yeah, they basically, bro, allegedly they said Giovanni Vinci tried to get with Tiffany Stratton. Ludwig was not rocking with that. That's why from one week to another, that brother did not come out with Imperium no more, bro.
Wow.
So after that, they brought my boy back for a 30-second squash, and that was his last match.
Yo, I'm usually tapped into the messy news, but I had no idea about this. Now, I remember they both were on Monday Night Raw. Giovanni got washed, and then I was like, okay. So they're about to cancel Christmas on this guy. They moved him to SmackDown, turned him into this beautiful man, doing a little beautiful man thing.
That was the thing he did in NXT, by the way. That was his
yeah,
NXT.
I know.
Yeah.
So he brought it back, brought back the old gimmick. And I thought they were going to do something with him. I'm like, all right, they moved him, separated from this, and they want him to do something different. But then he came out and lost like in 10 to 20 seconds in that match. And I was like, well, they just cooked the guy. That's not good. So, okay. Now you say they don't have a way to prove themselves. I guess if there was a background situation in that matter, then I get it. But
Yeah.
I don't think they should, because it's men and women in the locker room, bro. If that man wanted to shoot a shot, let him shoot a shot.
Yep.
You can't fire him for that. Sure, separate the guys, but I don't think they should have fired him.
I mean, yeah. I mean, apparently he went to SmackDown right after that. So I just think they ain't have no plans for him, bro. I mean, I don't really think he really meshed or fit in, to be honest.
I don't think Ludwig meshes or fits.
I mean, it clearly he doesn't, because he ain't on TV neither. He must have pissed off somebody back there.
It looked like they were trying to do something with him, like they were going in some direction when they wanted.
They were
to
giving him promos and vignettes,
like a forgotten wrestler or something, because they'd have him cutting a promo and then somebody else would cut him off or something.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, they're gonna make him like come in here mad and do like a burst of energy and beat everybody up.
Yep.
But nothing happened. I mean, just like unfortunately with the Wyatt Six, we all thought they were going to be on a big trajectory upwards, and nothing happened.
I agree.
All right, let's see. So Delayed Grat says, guys, did Giovanni break the bro code, or Ludwig have invoked bros before?
I mean, if that's your girl though, bro, you don't want, especially the person that you travel with the most, you talk to the most. Why? You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, if they weren't friends, like if they were just paired together in ring and they weren't really friends in real life, then bro, I mean, hey, if you want her, you got to go for her. But if they were actually friends and they were close, then that's nasty work on Giovanni's part.
That's what
I wonder what the play was. Like, what did he do? Did he send her flowers? Did he wink at her? Like, what was the play? It had to be pretty serious.
Hey, brother, I don't know, but hey, hey, I don't know.
Mm, 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 mm. Crazy. Derek, there he goes. He says Giovanni lost back-to-back squash matches to Apollo Crews. That's the way to get up out of there. Go bros before garden equipment, bros before 304s.
I mean, I feel Ludwig though, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I feel him, bro. Because
Nah, man, you gotta handle that as a man.
if somebody was trying to, I can see where he coming from, bro. Because we don't know what other steps he took before getting there to be like, all right, bro, this mother fluffer just won't learn.
So what did he do? Did he go snitch?
He must have said something to get him off of Imperium with him.
You know what? I guess, maybe go talk to, but nah, it's nasty work. As a man, you go to your company and say, yo, I don't want to split with him. Some personal stuff happened. Just push him to the other side. I mean, if somebody talking to your girl, you go out there, you go shoot the fade, and it is what it is after that.
Yeah, but then what? Put your job in jeopardy?
So you have that man lose his job. It's nasty work, man.
Bro,
Giovanni got a family to feed.
He should have kept his hands to himself.
Nobody said he touched her.
And that's not what I mean, though. He
could have made a play. You have shot her a little text like, "Yo, you really like that man? He a clown, bro. Look at him. Look what he's doing."
Okay, and what you think that's gonna do for your group, though? Doing that, you know what I mean? Like, he got to take ownership for that too.
What's more important, your group or getting your life partner? He saw his soulmate there, bro. He had to go get it. Maybe she flirted with him or something. I mean, who knows?
No,
maybe she's out here doing it up, and Ludwig is a simp. He's like, it's okay, I'll forgive you, but we got to get him up out of here. We don't know what happened. That's all I got to say.
We don't know. But you did have that 2K topic, didn't you?
I did. So, Brian, something that is going around online right now, and I saw this from just a moment.
Yes, sir.
Let me make sure I give a shout out to the right person because I am going to use his pictures that he posted here. You guys bear with me for 1 second. I think it was Smackdown Hotel, but I want to make sure.
Yeah.
The Smackdown Hotel. Yes, it was Smackdown Hotel. So this is something that I've seen in my comment section quite a bit as well. This was posted by the Smackdown Hotel on X. Let me get his exact words. He says, why do they have to make these so frustrating? Is there anyone who actually enjoys playing them? Now, if you guys aren't familiar with this match right here, you have to use Kofi Kingston to fight Roman Reigns in this ambulance match. And this thing is absolutely ridiculous. Now, I did beat it. I got the Chad Gable card, but I can see why people may not be able to beat it because what I had to do was grab the weapon and just keep throwing it at Roman Reigns, keep throwing those stairs at him. And sometimes he would hit me with like 3 spears back to back and throw me right in the ambulance. One time he threw me in the crowd. We got stuck and I couldn't get out of it when I almost beat him. So I can understand why these things are frustrating. I have a hard time with them just like everybody else does. But Brian, you beat these things pretty easy, right? Did you have a problem with this one?
No, I didn't have an issue with that one, but I also did it before they fixed submissions because what happened was when they made submissions weaker, that mini game is associated with ambulance, casket, so everything got easier. Once they fixed the difficulty of the submissions, that's when the casket ambulance matches got harder again. So I personally didn't have an issue with it, but I see why people are having an issue with it now. If you did it back then, though, you wouldn't have an issue with it right now. I can tell you that.
I don't know about that, buddy, because I did it back then, and Roman was still like,
I
don't know what it is.
Man, I cooked him. What? It was first try. First try.
You did.
I didn't know what
3 back to back.
About. Bro. I packed him up and sent him home.
My boy packed me up a few times before I was able to send him home. But it just seems like they put Roman in these 5-star matches, and a lot of them are going to be very difficult. What's the other one? The one where we had to use Gunther with the super finishers.
Yes, that one was tough. That one took me a couple of times to do. And my biggest pet peeve with that one is that you are making me play these live events, a lot of them, not the Chad Gable one, but a lot of them, you're making me play them 10 times to get the Apex reward.
Yeah, and that's the difficult thing about it, because a lot of these things, like when I'm fighting Roman, the only way I can beat him is to cheese him. I got to go back and keep throwing weapons at him to weaken him
Yep.
just enough. And sometimes I would get him to the point where his whole body was red, put him in the super finisher, he still gets up. And granted, like, he's going to hit you with a spear after that. So if you don't reverse it, it's a wrap. And another thing is they changed the pin mini game. I know a lot of people prefer the pin mini game with the bar. But for me, always, just the way I always played, I like the button tapping mini game. And 2K actually, they have that in this game, but
Yeah.
they completely took it out of my faction. So you have no choice but to use this thing that they never forced us to use before. So even if my body is just yellow, I can't kick out. Now, people will say it's a skill issue. Yes, this is something I'm not used to using.
Yeah.
So I can't kick out whenever I get hit for the pin. And that's what really makes these things difficult and frustrating for me. Did you always use this slider pin
Yeah,
thing?
I mean, I always use both. Like for universe mode, it's easy for me to use the tap method because the tap method basically allowed me to get more false finish kickouts because I had more control. But the slider is I'm used to it because I like to play online.
Oh, so online you have no choice but to use the slider thing?
Yes.
I feel like if they're going to put that in my faction, and maybe it's in there. I thought about checking, but I didn't check to see. Do you know if when you go into the performance center, do they give you like an option to practice that pin system?
I'm not sure. I haven't gotten into the performance center since last year.
Because I think I can definitely figure it out, but the only time I have a chance to figure it out right now, because I'm using the tap button outside of my faction. I'm not using that thing if I don't
Yeah,
have
I
to.
use tab button for universe mode, like 100%.
Yeah, so they need to put something in the performance center where you can actually practice that pin system if they're
Yeah.
going to force people to use it in my faction. I guess they're doing it because they want to make the matches harder, because again, this is a mode they're making money on. That's why
Mhm.
these matches are so hard and people don't seem to understand that, and that's why they're complaining about them. But I don't mind the difficulty. I like to play games like Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Elden Ring. I'm playing the first Berserker Kazan right now, and those games are very difficult. But I feel like these matches are more difficult for me because of the mechanics they give us. And I feel like that just kind of takes away from a lot of the fun.
Yep.
Because another match he posted here, and I asked you about this, and you told me you beat this like pretty easy as well. The Stephanie Vaquer live event. Did you
With
play this
Charlotte?
one?
Yeah.
Finish?
Against Charlotte? Yeah. I played that one 3 times. It was tough because it looked like she just kept gaining health, but I pretty much beat that back to back to back.
Not
There's some
me.
of them that I'm beating back to back to back because I think I play the game a lot to the point where I'm above average. But the people that just that don't have a lot of time on their hands or whatever the case may be, I can see why they are not doing as well, bro. Because you need to have like some sort of skill to beat these matches. It's way
Oh,
different
come
from
on, bro.
offline.
Come on now. I got some skills.
I ain't
My only
talking. I
thing
ain't
is
talking about you though.
no, I beat it now. I beat it all 3 times.
Yeah,
I got all the rewards for it. But I will say it's not easy, because like I can get in there and I can beat her, but if she hits me with one finisher and pins me, I can't kick out with the stupid pin system.
yeah,
So she gets in there as soon as the match starts, she'll hit me with her finisher. I could get out of the like when she puts you in the figure 8, whatever,
yeah.
easy. You can get out of that. But with that pin bar, your body gets yellow. I can't kick out. So what I had to do, just for those of y'all who have not finished this yet, you got to take her out of the ring. Do all of your dirty work outside of the ring. Don't let her get you in the ring, because if you're bad at the pin system like me, then you're not going to be able to kick out of it.
Cooked
But yeah, that's pretty much what I had to do. Did you beat her straight up in the ring the whole time, or did you have to do that trick too?
in the ring.
This man is crazy, y'all. The man has lost it.
In the ring. In the
And then
ring.
she hit me with a super finisher. I was like, bro, this is just
Oh
ridiculous.
yeah, I got hit. I mean, I got hit with that. But yeah, bro. I mean, I also get a lot of tips though from like people, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of time I might be on Twitch or YouTube and people will tell me, hey bro, do this. So like I do be cheating sometimes.
No, I don't think it's cheating. It's your community helping you out. I saw when
Yeah.
you were on Twitch with the what's your Twitch channel, by the way? Where can people find you playing?
Appreciate you, my boy. It's just Brian YouTube.
Make sure y'all follow him on Twitch at Just Brian YouTube. He does the live streams where he can help y'all out with this as well. But I saw you do the Gunther match on the YouTube, and people were telling you to use him for the super
Yeah,
finisher.
that's the only reason I would have beat that, bro. I would have never thought of that.
I wasn't even going to play it again, and you said, "Yeah, just use Gunther, do the super finisher," and it worked for me. So, I think that's pretty much how we got to get through these live events. We got to use each other to get them done.
Yes.
But Another thing I do want to point out about these live events is I do have a lot of fun with them. I understand a lot of people don't like my faction because there are some predatory stuff in here. The pin system thing being one of them. Another thing being that, you get pushed to buy these cards a lot. And they got an Undertaker 1990 model in there right now that I'm not going to be able to get because I didn't have the cards I needed to get the other cards because I didn't want to buy them. So things like that is kind of discouraging, and it does make you want to walk away from the mode completely because that's my favorite wrestler to use in the game, but I can't get the leveled up card because of the way they make you have to go, what they make you go through to get the card. So another big problem I have with it. But Brian, that's all I got to say about this topic here. Did you have anything else?
Nah, I ain't got nothing else, man. I hope everybody gets enough skill. No, I'm just kidding. Nah, man. It is tough, like genuinely, and the ones for having to play 10 times to get the reward, and you're not even factoring how many times you're losing, because I lose those a lot, especially when it's 10 times. Like I feel like they got to chill out. Somebody got to test these before throwing them up there. That's just my 2 cents with that. But aside from that, man, I ain't got nothing else for you.
All right, make sure y'all follow him at Just Brian. If y'all don't know, y'all will be getting Just Brian every Friday on this channel from now on, because right now we're doing the Kiss the Ring podcast, but this video will be moved right over to this channel. So thank y'all for tuning in. Bomb Squad, let's get to that. All right, on to the next topic. I think that's actually it, Brian. Did you have anything else? We got two more here, but I think we can
Yeah, I think we good, my way.
we good?
Yeah,
All right.
we good.
Well, anything we got to pull from the chat really quick?
Let me see, bro. I know we got some donations today. If we missed anything, we thank you very much. And everybody that has participated, having 40 in here, you know what I'm saying? Third week in a row doing the podcast. We're gonna be here every Thursday. We're gonna clip these up for those that missed it. You will be able to go back and watch some topics on the channel every day. You know what I'm saying? There will be something different up. And yeah, man, I'm excited to get the ball rolling and see where this goes.
Get the ball rolling. I saw somebody say in the chat that we need to come back. So we are here. We're just trying to work on the best strategy to make sure we can get y'all content and keep things going on our ends as well, because we both run very successful YouTube channels, and we're going to make this one follow suit. So Brian, I appreciate you coming on this journey with me, my boy.
Yes, sir.
If you don't got nothing else for the people, big shouts out to everybody in the chat. Thank y'all for coming through. Oh, and what am I thinking? I need y'all to, before we get out of here, make sure y'all don't forget, I'm going to take it easy on y'all this time, to drop a like on this video. You got to get that chat up out of here, Brian, because I need to make sure they understand what's going on. I need y'all to drop a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and most importantly, grip that thing while you kiss this ring.